All right, so on our pre-market earnings scan, the same one that we've been using, we're out of earnings season right now, so we'll get one and two here and there that pop up. But Kroger is on deck this morning, so we always look for earnings first. That's KR. So now, once we've got the earnings, then we look at the daily pivots, and for those, we're looking for areas on the chart where the stock changed direction. So every morning we have got to find these pivots that are in play that day. So every place a stock changed direction around where the price action is today, that's what I'm looking for. All right, so here is the 20-day moving average, 47.25. So we need to adjust the price on this. $47.25, 46.56 for the 200-day. So we need to adjust this. 46.56. That's out of play. And we got 46.93 for 46.93 for the 100-day moving average. So already I'm not seeing, any potential, I'm not seeing any room to make profit on this stock. You can see we've got levels of support that just keep popping up. So I don't like it. I like clean windows, and I like larger moves. So KR on earnings today is not going to cut it for me. It's not going to cut it for me. So then we go to the new scan that, now this is not something that I just started. I tested this for a couple of quarters before I introduced it to you. You got to make sure that it works. So this is the scan that I tell you run at night, or you got to run it before 8 o'clock in the morning on FinViz before it starts picking up pre-market data. So we'll run through. We already see we've got Meta and Microsoft that's on our permanent watch list anyway. So we've got a couple more: NXPI, WDAY. ADBE did really good last week, but you can see this is a higher price stock. LLY is a higher price stock. Most of these are higher price stocks because I'm looking for stocks that have an ATR over $5, because these stocks don't have a catalyst for the most part, and they're gonna move their ATR, and that's what I'm looking for, multiple points. But I've explained it more in detail why I like these stocks and why I recommend trading the high beta names versus the low float. It's a lot safer. You still have to manage your risk, but it's a lot safer. And if it gets away from you, it won't blow you up. All right, so let's run through our list here. Okay, so we're gonna see, let's look at the ones that's on our watch, permanent watch. Meta, you can see where Meta is as it relates to the 52-week high. Tech seems to be pulling back today. So if we get a good sell day, I would look for my final target to be the 20-day moving average. So 260.89. So we start selling and we set up. That's what I'm looking for. Now we do have right here at 269.05. We do have the 5-day or this is the 10-day. I can't remember. 5-day moving average. This is the most aggressive of all the daily moving averages, and it gives us the shortest term sentiment. What this has done in the last 5 days. Obviously, it has run up, but if we get under 269, I think we have a really good shot at getting to the 20-day today. So Meta is definitely going to be on close watch. Microsoft, same deal, almost the same chart. This made a 52-week high yesterday, 339.04. $339.04. And again, you know, you've got the 5-day in between where we're trading now and the 20-day. So again, if we get a pullback today, the tech keeps getting hit and nobody screams AI, there's a good chance we can start making our way, if not to the 20-day, at least, you know, start making its way back to it. So 2 good looks on Microsoft. Just because they're hitting the 52-week high doesn't mean we can't pull back. There are 2 reasons why I like looking for stocks close to the 52-week high. If we have a strong day and it breaks, we can get a good move. If we get a rest day or a pullback, we have a huge window of opportunity, you know, to catch that pullback. Okay, there's a pivot right here that we're gonna have to be don't sit on my phone. I know you like the vibration, but don't sit on it. But that's kind of what we're looking at here. We do have a pivot right here at 335.74 that we would have to sell through, but remember, there are no shorts inside the pre-market low, so we couldn't take this anyway until it got below all of that. Same thing on Meta. You know, it's got to take out the pre-market low before we start looking at what it's going to do to the short side. Stop biting me. Stop. My cat's going crazy this morning. I don't know why you biting me. You're going to have to get off my desk if you're going to keep biting me. Okay, NXPI. Stop. Stop. Stop it. Wow. What is this thing doing? So I got to readjust these. Well, actually, I'm just going to clear the drawing set. Sometimes the drawing sets get so old and congested because I only use a 52-week chart, and I only go back 52 weeks. But NXPI looks like it's kind of a mess. Down here. The question is, do we have enough and I don't see it, because right now everything is selling off, and I don't see. We've got this daily low 190.18, and then yeah, we got enough room if it loses this. We do. All right, so NXPI, there's enough room to play on NXPI. And then workday is the last one that we're going to look at. Let's see, 218.88, 52 new 52-week high. This is just a regular daily level now. Regular daily pivot. Alright, so we've got, you can see we're reacting to this. If we get on the right side of this, we can get a breakout, 52-week high breakout. I like it. Like it. So WDAY is going to be on our watch. So let's update this list. We keep, no matter what, we've got NVIDIA, Netflix, Tesla, Microsoft, Meta. This is my Fugly 5 that you've heard me talk about for ages. So now we need to change, update with the new stocks that we're watching today. We're watching, in addition to that, we're watching NXPI. And WDAY. Alright. DG is not on my scan. It's not on my scanner, so it's not on watch. And I'm not messing with LLY or ADBE. They are larger, higher price stocks, but I've already got too many stocks to look at, and I think these will be good. But if you just want to focus on, let's say, ADBE, you can. I mean, it's the same deal as all the rest. You can see where we are. If we lose the 5-day, look at where we're going. There's no daily pivots here. You just have to be able to deal with a larger spread. LLY as well. Look at it. If this thing breaks out, I mean, this is beautiful. But you got to be able to deal with a little bit larger spread. Yep. But if you're watching DG, for me, DG made the move already. Remember the other day when it was on our scan and we looked for the oversold hook? It's already done it. So that move's already in place. Now, if you want to look for it to, hold yesterday's close and push up some more, yeah, I mean, it can continue up to what, 170. It can, but it doesn't meet the parameters for what I look for. But let's say Meta and Microsoft and they're a little bit too expensive for you. $160 stock works good for you. So there's nothing wrong with looking for it to break out. Just make sure that you know what the ATR is for DG, and that'll give you the expected move, because it doesn't have catalyst. Okay, it doesn't have a catalyst. So it's likely not to move beyond or too much far beyond its ATR. That's why we use that with stocks without a catalyst. If I'm trading an earning stock, ATR means nothing to me, because it could trade 10 times as ATR. The last one that really blew out as ATR was NVIDIA, that I can remember. But there've been others, but NVIDIA was the big one. What did it do? It moved up $100 on earnings. So for stocks on earnings or has a strong catalyst, you don't need to worry about the ATR. But if it doesn't have a catalyst, it's typically going to follow the ATR. Oracle may have a third day move in it. It may have a third day move in it. But, I don't know. We traded it. Let me pull up my... Now I'm going to do a weekly recap. I don't know how it's going to go over. If it's going to be too long when I do it. But we'll see. So here are all the trades from... Alright. So where's Oracle from the day before? There it is. Alright, so here's the entry on Oracle from earnings, the aftermarket earnings. Remember, we got in, it never did hit our target. So we just waited to the next day, and here it went up and it hit two of our targets. Then I had to bail out. Okay, and then once we got under the opening range low, it triggered a short. And look, we traded this thing all day long. We traded it all day. And then you look at it yesterday. You look at the move yesterday. It did this exact same thing. Basically, it just sold off all day long. No, that was the day before. I'm sorry. Yesterday, it pushed up. So that was the sell-off was the day we got in. This is the second day. Today, I would expect Oracle to rest. I didn't trade it yesterday. I traded other stuff. Still made some money. But I wasn't looking at Oracle for a second day run. Typically, if I've got a good watch list, I don't look at stocks 2 days after earnings. But this can happen. This definitely can happen. But my thesis is that it's going to rest today. I don't think it's going to break the 52-week high. and make a run, I think it's going to rest. It may not sell off all the way. It may just kind of trade sideways. But that's just my thesis. You have to wait for it to open for it to tell you, give you an idea of what it's going to do. All right, so outside of our fugly 5, we got NXPI and WDAY. Well, what I do, the reason why I mark up my Thinkorswim charts is because all the stocks I have on watch, each monitor I have, I've got two, kind of like two stocks where I have the 5-minute, the 2-minute, and the 60-minute chart with the linear regression channels. For each stock on watch, you know, I've got this. So 5 pretty much never change for the fugly 5. This, I have one montage here that I can put the stocks that I'm watching outside of the fugly 5 on. And if one of the fugly 5 is just completely trashed that day, you know, I can replace it for that day, you know, with another stock or something. If I have more than 7 that I'm watching, let's say I have 8 stocks I'm watching, you know, I may replace one. But that's what I do. That's why I mark it up. And what I'm doing is when I'm looking at the Thinkorswim chart, that's where I'm getting the levels that I'm marking on the DOS chart during the trading day. Because I don't really use DOS for charting. I use a platform to execute trades. I don't like Thinkorswim for day trading. It's great for swing trading. I do not like it for day trading. So I pay the extra money to have DOS connected to it, because I have DOS with every broker that I've ever traded with. I've had DOS connected to it. Back in Sure Trader days, IB, Speed Trader, you know, always had Centerpoint, always had IB connected to it. I mean, DOS connected. So even though I only know about 10% of what DOS is capable of, you know me, I'm not gonna go start looking at a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't really pertain to what I do. I keep it simple, and that's the secret. Keeping it simple, you reduce the effects of your emotions, pretty much everything. Okay, this is what I'm dealing with today. You gotta see this girl. Breaking news. Ted Cruz. Shit, don't nobody want to hear about that fool. Yep, less brain clutter. 100% less brain clutter. And let me show you. Oh, let me show you guys. Well, it's about 5 minutes going into the open. Let me show you guys this girl this morning. And as I was moving the mouse, she was trying to bite my fingers. Not like aggressively biting, but just being, you know. Let's see, what am I looking for? Yeah, I gotta show you her picture though. She's too funny. So we got about 4 minutes. Ooh, almost 3 minutes. I gotta show you this quick. Look at this girl. I'm trying to work. I don't know why she parked on my desk today. But she's trying to work. I'm trying to work. Yeah, that's about the way that's about the way it turns out. And then Nala, I'm gonna take a picture of Nala today. Nala likes to try to hit the charts. You know, when she sees the charts moving, she's trying to catch the tickers. She's funny too. Lucky, what is now? Look at you. You think you the queen. You are. You the original. You the OG. All right, guys. So let's we're just waiting for the open. I'm not feeling a whole lot of aggressive entries. Maybe Netflix will give you a good aggressive entry. It's the one that's really close. Let's see. $4.46. Ooh, that's not very far. But it could blow through it on the open. 446.59. And we're off. And we're off. We're off and running. I don't know if any aggressive moves are gonna play out. Ooh, Tesla. I think I missed the aggressive entry on. No, I haven't. But it's not following through. It's not following through. So maybe today is not the day for aggressive entries. Yeah, it's sitting on a linear regression channel. That's why it didn't go. That's why it didn't go. So let's look at the ones on our watch list here. Microsoft has to get over it did. Lucky, god dog it, stop stepping on my keyboard. You're gonna have to move now. You're gonna have to move. Don't look at me like that. You're gonna have to move. Now you're not as good as Leo, where Leo could make winning trades. Leo could make winning trades. But you seem to be having trouble making winning trades. Yours don't do very well. Alright, WDAY, volume's light on this, which means the spread is a little bit high. Shoot. Spread's a little bit high. Stop stepping on my keyboard. You get me in a trade, I'm gonna be mad at you. Now stop it. You're not lucky, as your name state. Just because your name lucky doesn't mean you're lucky in trading. So we've got to be a little bit patient today. A little bit patient today. Look, this thing ran right to the pre-market high. Right to the pre-market high. Alright, Netflix, can't mess with it till it takes out pre-market low. So this morning, we're not getting any aggressive moves this morning. We're not getting any aggressive moves this morning. I don't know. AMD is not on my watch list. So I don't have the AMD chart up. Now, AMD is one of those stocks that's been volatile the last couple of weeks. So if you're watching it, you know, as part of your everyday watch list right now, and it you know, it's giving you some good moves, you don't quit on it. Because remember, just because I have stocks that I'm watching, I mean, you can have your own parameters. All you want to do is find stocks that have the potential to make highly profitable moves. That's all you're doing. You're looking for stocks that can make highly profitable moves. I can't put all of them on watch. You know, I can't. So you find one that looks good, that you like, that you want to work through, and hey, we got it. This, if you're ever gonna break your rule of getting in before it takes out the pre-market high, You want to have something that has enough room that if it fails here, you can legitimately take profit and be okay with it, and that it's actually losing a significant level of support, which in this case it would lose the 200. Now it hasn't claimed it yet. It dipped below it and we didn't trade lower. We're getting bought back up. So right now we're just in a holding pattern right now. We got to be patient. Everything's trading inside of his channel on my watch list. Oh man, I had to walk away and missed. Um, let's see if anything's breaking out of its channel. Well, see, AMD really hasn't made much of a move. Out, once it triggered, even an aggressive entry, it probably dropped what 40, 50 cents, and then the 5-minute opening range trade didn't really get anywhere either. If you did the aggressive move, you might have got a base hit on it. That's about it. But we're watching Microsoft, Meta. Those are the two that we're looking at right now. I had to step away for a second, but we haven't done anything in the first 15 minutes. which is something that hasn't happened all week. So you can kind of expect a slow day, or a day, somewhere in here where it rests. All right, now we're breaking out. We are breaking out, and we're actually breaking out over the previous days, well, the high of aftermarket. So my first target is going to be the whole dollar mark, 340, because it would be a strong psychological level. But this is a 52-week high breakout, basically, and the sky's the limit. But 340, I think, would be the psychological level that we would, people would try to get this to and start taking profit. And remember, God dog it. Remember, we're gonna measure the run, or how far we can go off of the ATR. So this has about a $6 ATR. So I'm thinking 345 would be the max move if it runs. I'm thinking that. So we've got some reacting to it at the $0.50 mark. You can see once it got just over 339.50, it got hit. And it didn't hang around long enough for me to decide I could take profit or not. So we're kind of waiting. So let's be patient here. Give it a minute. Hang on, I'll be right back. Y'all need to come with me. All right, so we hit our first target here. 342.50 is going to be my next target. That's halfway to 345, which will be my final target. And that's based on the ATR. Remember, this doesn't have a catalyst like earnings and something to really drive it. So, I have to base it on, psychological levels. So Oracle's flying high again. Oh, nice. I bet you guys were looking for 124. They got you. They got y'all. Just don't let the pullback scare you. This is when people, they get emotional, they bail out. You should have taken some profit. Well, no, if you got in on, which one is the 5 minute? Okay, you should have taken profit by now. Yeah, good job. So worst case scenario, you get a base hit. So you should have taken profit by now. Our job is to lock in profit along the way. We've got to pay ourselves along the way, because there's no guarantee these stocks are going to make it to our target. You don't know what's going to happen. Like I don't know. Once this thing gets over 341.50, if it's having trouble getting to 342, I got to take profit. It might get stuck at 342. You might not make it to 341. That's why we have to trust the price action, kind of read what's happening. How many of you guys got Meta? Oh, that's WDAY, not Meta. No, look at Meta. Now, if you'd have got this right over when it went green on the day, 275, that's really nice move. This isn't pre-market high. This is after pre-market. Now you could have done a profit target here on Meta. This could have been a profit target. But for me, I'd have been looking for 275, and this would have been the low ball profit target here. But great job on you guys that caught Meta too. Meta and Microsoft, these were the two stocks that hit the scanner from our Fugly 5. So we always want to keep them on watch. So here we're starting to pull back a little bit. And a pullback is not bad. It's not bad. You've got to trust. You've got to trust the chart. You've got to trust the technicals. All right, and understand and expect a stock to pull back at certain points. In order for it to go higher, it has to pull back at some point. take its breath, let people take profit, and then let the new buyers come in. It's what we do. Let's see, Oscar, you're in Meta from 273. All right. Great job. Bien trabajo. Bien trabajo, mi amigo. Now, you guys that are watching your P&L, you like, you know, I got this money. I don't want to lose it. So I'm just going to take it off. I don't want to lose it. I'm just going to take it off. You're the ones that miss the profitable moves here. Microsoft has run into some sellers up here. Somebody's taking profit a little early. I assumed 342 would be the earliest. Shoot, they're starting at 341. So maybe we can get the next move up to 342. I might need to move my target to 342. That's what this is telling me. That we're likely to run into problems at 342. That's the lowest. That's the lowest that I want to take profit. It can convince me if it gets stuck at 341.75, but 342 is it. Let's see if it's going to need some help. If I have to play Push It by Salt and Pepper.
Get out.
Oh man, it is struggling. Come on, another push. We just need another push up there. Hey, fat boy.
I will pick you up and throw you out the fucking window.
Come here.
Get the fuck
Mango.
What?
I'm live.
I'm sorry. Go. Go.
Come here. Come here, son. You got your door open?
No.
Come on, Microsoft. Ugh. Well, dadgummit. See, this is what happens when your concentration gets taken away by stuff going around you. and I missed the opportunity that I had. I should have taken it off. But right when I should have been making that decision, you know, when things going on around in your house can take your concentration away. But really nice move. You know, the move isn't over. The trade is not dead yet. All right, the trade is not dead yet. So we still have an opportunity. And like I was saying, those of you that are watching your P&L, when you see, like, let's say you were up $300 on your last part, and then you see it come all the way back down and you're $200 up, you may bail out. And if that happens, you may miss the rest of the move. So it's always good practice to stick to your plan. Stick to your plan. Worst case scenario, you take the rest of it off when it hits your first target. Worst case scenario, you can do that. But give it a chance to make the move. If the stock is actually working, if it's fighting for you, you know, you got to give it a chance. So I'm not going to get mad and get upset because, you know, I missed the top here. Like I said, worse, you know, why would I be mad if I've got profit? I'm not going to let it, you know, take me out of my game. Life happens. And this is where the mindset comes in. And all of you guys that are struggling with it, you know, that's the next thing that we're going to be running, that we're going to be working with, is the mindset component. The trader mindset. No, what I'm saying is, what you could do here, I'm going to show you exactly what I would do right here. I would put my stop at 340. All right. If it pulls all the way back to my entry, I'm going to put my stop there. Because see, look at what it just did. It just made a lower low relative to this candle here. We got a lower high, a lower low. So the next candle is going to tell me whether we're pulling all the way back to the 9 here. Oh, really nice trade on Meta. Really nice trade on Meta. Excellent, 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 excellent. It's a thing of beauty. I love to see you guys nailing trades like this. Trust in the process. NVIDIA just triggered below the 5-minute opening range low, but beware. When the market is this strong and you're trying to trade the other way, beware. All right, Tesla. I mean, we got enough room to buy in here, you know, looking for red to green. But knowing Tesla the way I know it, I would not be comfortable unless this goes up, back test, holds the 200 and go. I just don't trust Tesla. I just don't trust Tesla. All right, see, here we go. This did not, the move did not follow through. We didn't even get to 342, okay, before it started pulling back. And we're starting to make lower highs, lower lows. That means we are getting a pullback here. I could bail on it, but I'm not going to bail on this good position. I'm not going to bail on it. I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a chance to work. Now, if it bounces here and goes back, I can legitimately add back, move my stop to break even, and look for another opportunity here. That's if it bounces. Now, if it pulls all the way back and stops me out and starts to bounce off of the VWAP and the 9, you know, then I could look for a continuation play. There's so many things I can do with just this one stock. And you remember the stock I showed you earlier, the trade we took on Oracle, how we managed that all day. That one stock we could make a killing off of all day. All right, so no, Meta, you're not looking at a pullback on Meta yet. We haven't made a lower high or a lower low. You know, we don't have a pullback yet on Meta. So we're kind of resting at this point. I don't like to get in so much after a short rest. A nice rest with a pullback, I can handle. But definitely, if I was in this still, I would add on the break. I would add back on the break. If I'm not in it, I wouldn't initiate a trade just yet. Tesla, yeah, the entry, I don't like it because I would want to pull back. But if you're going to be aggressive, remember the buy is, once it confirmed, taking out the 200, which was just under 255. And your target would be just under 257 here. Now you can take profit like here at 256 and then wait for 257. But for me, I'm like needing a pullback. So 254.98. I remember this level from yesterday. This was a target on my long. All right, so this is a daily level here. And we've got another daily level, 256.26. This is the daily level that I missed. That's the daily level that I missed yesterday. On my Tesla trade. When I went long the first time and it pulled back. But yeah, the aggressive move, you would have taken profit already, and now you're waiting for it to go green on the day. these trades, these first trades normally don't take this long. I've been in this trade, a little over 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Usually I'm out by now. Either it's pulled back, it stopped me out. I've got 2 profit targets. Normally I'm done by now. But this stock is moving relatively slow. Just like both of these, Meta and Microsoft were on my watch. All right, here we go. Come on. There we go. Got it. See, this is why you don't get spooked out. As long as the stock is in play, you give it a chance. You give it a chance to work. So I've only got 50 shares left. Now I got 50 shares left. I could do 340, 350, and then 345, like 25 and 25, or I could just be stubborn and put it at 345 and just do a range order where my stop is gonna be 340. Again, my stop is the first target, and my final price target's 345. I could do that. And let's say I'm looking at this and I'm catching it and it's stuck between 340, 350, 340, 375. I can justifiably take half there and then leave the other half on. I mean, I can do that. It would make 100% sense to adjust according to the price action. So let's see, 340, 266 is the linear regression channel, and I don't want to take profit here. It's not far enough. It's not a big enough profit target there. So let's see if it gets to 340, 350. I'm just gonna put this out there because we've got the linear regression channel that we're dealing with, and if it does get a pop to 340, 350 before it pulls back, I'll grab it. All right, Tesla screaming. Meta, nice guys, really, really nice. I'm jealous. Meta's doing better than my Microsoft. Meta is doing better than my Microsoft. Let's see if I can get 340, 350 locked in. There we go. We got it. So now I'm going to change this limit order to not limit order, range order. Now I can do this. So now my stop goes to my second target, which is 342. Profit target stop, and then 345 is my final target. So how did we get that? How did I get my final target? Do you guys remember? This is a test. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. Exactly. Somebody's paying attention. All right, how many of you caught WDAY? This one was a little bit later. This one was a little bit later, but look, who caught WDAY? This one's still working. On our watch, this was one of the ones on our watch. NXPI never did get the volume, so it really didn't do much. WDAY didn't get a lot of volume either, but it's moving. So you guys might not have liked it if it didn't have a whole lot of volume. And you guys got another leg on Meta up through 277. You know, it's pulling back a little bit now after that big move, but remember, when stocks make big moves up, it has to rest. Look at this candle. This candle nailed 2 of my targets in one candle. Is it gonna pull back? Absolutely. Yeah, Oracle hit 125. Nice. Good job. Great job. Great job. All right, so on a slow morning like this, if we just got one trade and we nailed it, guys, that's all you need, man. Now, can I trade 2 and 3 stocks at one time? Yeah, you've seen me do it. But I don't want you guys to start to get into that just yet. You got to focus on trading one stock and maximizing the potential of this one stock. Maximizing the potential of it. You don't know what it's going to do. I mean, the bottom could fall out of this and it could give you a short later on today. You know, just like Oracle did the other day. I got the long trade and then I nailed shorts. You don't know. You don't know what you don't know. So we're still hanging around up here. This is still in play. This still has opportunity to hit 345. Yes. Hey Simba, why you bothering Mingo? I know you missed him. He was at school. But you don't harass him, buddy. Okay? Oh, I gotta cut your nails. We'll do that. You gotta get your nails cut now. You're realizing the power of FinViz? A $35 a month screener, and you could pay, and all it takes is one day to pay for it for the month. I mean, I don't know why it. I'm telling you, when I figured out that the the most simple of tools generates the most profit, oh man, that was an awakening. And here I cut out about almost $500 a month in expenses for tools that actually would cost me money, would put me in trades that just didn't work. You know, this is why I'm showing you. You don't see me chasing stocks every day, all day. The stocks I have on watch that morning typically are in play all day. And if they're not, then so be it. I'm not going to go chasing anything. Because once you start chasing, yeah, you may get lucky once or twice. But when you look at the overall data, you know, when you look at the overall data, you're losing. That's what's costing you the most money. And when I looked at it, when I stopped and I looked at that data and realized me chasing, you know, me sitting here looking for things that hit my scanner all day, it just didn't work. Now, I will say, if you're going to be a reversal trader, you will need a scanner to run all day that's going to pick up those stocks that are overextended. FinViz can do it, but you got to refresh it every, time you look at it. But reversals don't pay. That it's just you can't be what do you call it? You can't be a full-time reversal trader. You got to have other strategies. Because what happens, you don't find reversals every day that you can live off of. The reversals that I trade actually supplement the main move. It may add, 15%, 10-15% to my profit, and that's it. But you can't live off of those. But the big reversals, the one that'll really pay, they don't happen all the time. Boy, you losing all your hair. You're shedding. I need to get this tool. I am covered with hair. You're shedding, boy. You're shedding. Let's see. with the 52-week high-low screener, can you do those at night? You got to do it at night. I do it at night. But if you don't do it at night, you want to do it before 8 o'clock. Because FinViz switches over to Premarket and you won't be able to run the scan. So it has to be done at night. And honestly, once you're done trading for the day, you can just run the scan and take a screenshot and save it for in the morning, which is what I do. Basically, I just take a screenshot. I just take a screenshot like this and, save it. And I've got it for in the morning. Because sometimes I have mentor sessions starting early in the morning, and I'm not done until like 8:15, 8:30. And I miss running the scan in the morning, so I have to do it at night. That's it right there. I look for stocks over 20 bucks, the ATR over 5. I'm looking for stocks approaching their 52-week high within 3%. Average volume and current volume over 2 million, and the float over 50 million. That's all you need. You don't need to worry about relative volume. That has absolutely nothing to do with anything. All of these buzzwords that you learn from, every corner of the trading earth, if I don't use it, you don't need it for what I teach you. And I prove every day that it's profitable. I prove every day live and in color in front of you that it is profitable. Do we have red days? Absolutely. Everybody has red days. Do I go on losing streaks or have a drawdown? Absolutely. You see those happen. Q1. But I had an excuse. I had a traumatic family, tragedy happen that we're still dealing with, even today. I thought, it wouldn't take long, just deal with it. But still today, it's affecting me. But Q1, not dealing with it the right way. I had a really bad quarter. But look, the first 2 months of Q2, I eliminated that drawdown. So the month of June is pure profit. The month of June has been pure profit. And I'm not doing anything any different. I'm just executing at a higher level because I'm in a better headspace. I keep telling you, eventually, you guys are going to figure it out. Eventually, if you haven't already, you're going to learn trading is a mental game. It's just like golf. You could learn the fundamentals of golf, but if your head isn't right, you can't play worth 2 cents. And it's pretty much like that with any sport. When you get to the professional level, it's not so much talent anymore that separates. It's, the mental game, the mind game. I don't know how many of you guys follow the WNBA. Probably nobody. But if you look at the WNBA, And they have very few teams. So there are a lot of players that are very, very talented. They get cut. Okay? And it's not that they can't play and they don't have talent. And it's not that the players that make the team over them are better. They just play the game smarter. They may work harder and play smarter. Because I remember, when I was playing in high school, I wasn't the best player. I was not. Let me tell you who was on our high school team. These are old school guys. Xavier McDaniel. We had Xavier McDaniel and Tyrone Corbin, both on our high school team. They were both seniors at the same time. They both graduated the same year. There was another kid named Tree Hildebrand, but he was good. But guess what? He had a very poor work ethic. He had all the talent, but he didn't work. And so he went to college. He went to college and washed out because he didn't have the work ethic. But he had height. I think he was 6'11". Can you imagine? We had a 6'11" kid, 2 6'7" guys. This is the kind of talent we had. I never, ever should have probably didn't think I would have ever made the team. But it wasn't the fact that I was more talented. I was smarter. And I worked harder. When we came to practice, when we did wind sprints, I gave it 120%. I could dribble, yeah. And I worked on being able to dribble and shoot with both hands. Which back then, you gotta understand, when I was in high school, the talent pool was nothing like what it is now. Nowadays, parents start their kids when they're 2 years old. I learned how to play basketball with a basketball goal nailed to a tree. I didn't have a gym to go to. We had a little basketball goal nailed to a tree. And I would go out there and play. It wasn't regulation. It wasn't perfect. But that's what it was. But it was work ethic. It was work ethic. But I learned how to dribble with my left hand. I learned how to, dribble and pass with both hands. I learned how to shoot, with both hands, because I knew that's what would separate me from a lot of other people who were taller and more talented than me. I knew what my strengths were, and that's what I focused on. And that's how you get ahead. It's like in trading, I know what my strengths are. I've got dyslexia, I've got dyscalculia. I know there's no way I can trade options. Okay, options are a little bit more complicated than just flat trading stocks. So I'm not going to even entertain that because I know that's not my strength. And it's not going to help me make any more. But if I stay focused on what I'm doing and I focus on my strengths, I'm going to be successful. If I focus, my strengths is psychology. I'm well educated in psychology. I know it's a strength. If I focus on my strengths, I'm going to get better. That's what it's all about. All right, so I think we may be done here. We didn't quite get to 345. We got the 344.80, 20 cents. That's about as good as it gets. Now, I'd be surprised if it bounces and goes to 345. We've already moved the ATR. What's the ATR on Microsoft? About 6, right? Look at this. We've already moved it. We moved a little bit over it. So if it does get to 345, it'd be great. But based on this, it may or may not get there. If it gets up to 344.75 again, I'll take the profit. But second chance and it fails, I'll take profit. But we got a good day. We have a really, really, really good day. So I'm not going to cry over these last 25 shares. I've locked in 90% of the damn profit. So why should I cry? All right, so our first hour is done. It's been a little slow, but these stocks that have made big moves, depending on your share size, you've locked in some pretty decent money. And now I just kind of sit back and wait. If something spooks the market, then we're going to get an opportunity. If not, don't worry about it. Tomorrow's a new day. We do have a holiday on Monday, so next week's going to be a short week. But just enjoy your break. Take time to reset.